I feel like I should only get a little bit of him on screen for 8 minutes. You live in a haze for a few weeks, and the worst part is that someone has to win. Do you know who played the iconic head of MIXX on screen? It was Judi Dench, a legendary figure of British stage and film who played Queen Elizabeth in just 8 minutes and won an Academy Award. She is a timeless symbol in the world of art, but behind those powerful roles and the bright spotlight lies a woman who went through a lot of grief after losing her beloved husband and facing serious health problems in her later years, is what gave her the strength to keep shining and inspiring people around the world. Let's look into Judi Dench's emotional journey and incredible resilience in her early life. Judi Dench was born on December 9, 1934, in Haworth, York. Her father, Reginald Arthur Dench, was a doctor and a veteran of the Western Front in World War I, and her mother, Eleonora Olive, worked as a costume designer. The couple met while they were both students at Trinity College, Dublin, so their home had a mix of English and Irish cultural influences. Judi grew up in an artsy environment where the theater and rehearsals were normal. From a young age, Judi often interacted with actors and saw the lively theater scene because her parents worked at the York Royal Theatre. During those formative years, she performed in the York Mystery Plays and made an impression with her portrayal of the "Who would have thought that this young girl had Danish noble blood," being a descendant of Claus Bill and the famous astronomer Tycho Brahe. This interesting fact was revealed on BBC One's Who Do You Think You Are? At first, Judi Dench didn't want to be an actress. She loved painting and wanted to be a set designer. She was also drawn to the art of dance, which captivated her with its expressive, graceful movements. But when her brother Geoffrey pursued acting, she changed her mind. Geoffrey's acting classes at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama made Judi think about a career on stage. She once said, "I had no intention of becoming an actress, but seeing Geoffrey and hearing him talk about the stage made me feel drawn to it." The turning point in Judi's life came when she saw the famous actress Peggy Ashcraft perform as Cleopatra on stage. She remembered the moment and said, "I will never forget that performance. It completely changed my life." She was determined to follow her newfound love. Judi Dench's passion led her to enroll in the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama, where she studied with Vanessa Redgrave and won the gold medal and several other prestigious awards for her outstanding talent. As a young girl, Judi Dench was immersed in the world of theater lights and stages, laying the groundwork for her journey to becoming a legend. But those early years were just the start of a story full of emotion and incredible resilience, one in which she would overcome every challenge to become the most famous actress of all time. Early career, Judi Dench started her professional stage career in 1957 with the role of Ophelia in Hamlet by the Old Vic Company at the Royal Court Theatre. It was a tough role, but she captivated audiences with her deep emotional range and ability to embody the character. Critics not only praised her performance, but also said that Judi gave the role a unique spirit that made it impossible for viewers to take their eyes off the stage. However, her career path was not what it seemed at first. During this time, Judi was criticized for not being glamorous enough for TV appearances. She didn't let this get her down, though. She dedicated herself to the stage, where real talent was valued. This not only showed how determined she was, but it also set the stage for her to become one of the most nuanced and unique performers of her time. In 1961, Judi joined the Royal Shakespeare Company, which was a big step in her relationship with classic plays. Her performance as Titania in A Midsummer Night's Dream cemented her reputation on the Shakespearean stage. A critic said, "Judi Dench doesn't just act, she lifts Titania off the page and places her soulfully onto the stage." An interesting thing about how she played Titania was how she broke traditional roles. She added a touch of subtle humor and her own graceful charm to every appearance. Totally mesmerizing, Judi's performance as Titania was the first sign of her unique acting style, which always went deeper and reimagined each character she played. Outside of theater, Judi tried her hand at TV with the series Hilda Always in 1959. While it didn't get the praise of her theater work, it did expand her range of expression. But for Judi Dench, the stage was her true home, where the spotlight and the thunderous applause of the audience gave her the most joy. In the 1960s, Judi often played leading roles in Shakespearean classics like Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, and King Lear. In each role, she explored new aspects of herself, playing characters ranging from weak and romantic to strong and commanding. The early years of her career not only defined Judi's style as an artist, but also showed how resilient and passionate she was. These performances laid the groundwork for her rise to become an unreplaceable icon in the history of the arts. Judi Dench's career began on stage in 1957 with the role of Ophelia in Hamlet, which earned her praise from critics. She later joined the Royal Shakespeare Company in 1961 and played famous roles like Titania in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Her success in Shakespearean plays established her as one of the greatest stage actresses of all time, and her performance as Paulina in The Winter's Tale, which won her an Olivier Award, is seen as the pinnacle of theatrical excellence. In 1995, Judi Dench played M in Golden Eye, which was a big change for the James Bond franchise. She was the first woman to play the part, and she brought a sharp, authoritative, but also emotionally nuanced presence to it. Over the 17 years from GoldenEye to Skyfall 2012, Judi turned M into a key character who was not only Bond's boss, but also his emotional anchor. Her death scene in Skyfall left a deep void in the series and moved millions of viewers, while the Bond films solidified her rep. In Shakespeare in Love, Judi played Queen Elizabeth with regal authority and a magnetic presence. She was only in the movie for 8 minutes, but every look, gesture, and line was delivered with pinpoint accuracy. Critics called it 8 minutes of magic, and Judi won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, showing that talent and character mastery are more important than screen time. One critic said, "This wasn't just Judi playing Queen Elizabeth. In her 8 minutes on screen, Judi Dench completely controlled the audience." She also won a lot of praise for her work on the stage. Her role in Amy's View earned her a Tony Award, and she has won an amazing 7 Olivier Awards, which shows how dedicated she is to the theater. Judi's success isn't just limited to iconic roles. In Mrs. Brown, 1997, she played Queen Victoria with emotional depth, which earned her an Oscar nomination. 2013, Judi's performance as Philomena Lee in the touching story of an elderly mother searching for her lost son won her many awards and proved that Judi is always changing, no matter what age she is. She has also made a name for herself in other well-reviewed films like The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, 2011, and Victoria and Abdul, 2017, showing that she can play complicated and emotionally rich characters on TV. Her role in the series Cranford from 2007 to 2009 won her a lot of praise. Judi Dench is more than just an actress. She brings every character to life, turning stories into vivid realities on stage and screen, from the authority of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth I, to the sadness of Philomena. Her personal life and marriage have left an indelible mark on audiences around the world. Judi Dench not only captivated audiences around the world with her illustrious career and unforgettable roles, but she also earned the title of admiration for a marriage that lasted more than 30 years. Behind the beauty of an artistic icon lay deep personal pain as she dealt with the worst loss of her life and found the strength to keep going with amazing strength. Judi Dench and Michael Williams had a unique love story that took place in the glamour of the stage and screen and lasted for more than 30 years. They met as friends while working with the Royal Shakespeare Company in the 1960s, and their relationship grew as they became lovers. Michael's love for Judi was clear when he followed Judi to Australia during a tour and proposed. After dating for almost a decade, they got married on February 5, 1971, at St. Mary's Church in Hampstead, London. From then on, they were not just life partners, but soulmates who helped each other with their careers and lives. Michael's love for Judi was shown through words and many small thoughtful acts. For example, for over 30 years, he gave her a single red rose. A simple but loving tradition. Michael wore a rose every Friday. Not many people know that Michael was also a writer and an actor. Before becoming an actor, he worked in the insurance industry. Judi often said that laughter was what held them together. Michael had a special way of making her laugh, and when he did, he would often cry, which Judi loved. People could see their close relationship when they were on the comedy series A Fine Romance. Their performances showed how much they loved each other, and viewers could feel it in every look and movement. This seemingly perfect life was shattered in 2001 when Michael died of lung cancer, which was caused by his smoking habit. For Judi, it was not only the loss of her husband, but also the loss of a piece of her soul. During Michael's last days, Judi was in New York, and she immediately took a Concorde flight back to England, but it was unkind, and 2 takeoff attempts were canceled. The last few days Judi Dench spent with her husband Michael Williams were very special to her. She said they were very, very good because she was able to be by his side and say their last words of love in an atmosphere of closeness and deep affection. However, the pain of loss was never easy to ease. She said, "I'm not good at talking about Michael's death. It's a wound that will never heal in my heart." Michael died in January. In 2001, when he was only 65 years old, Michael died, leaving a big hole in Judi's life. Before he died, he was given the title of Knight of St. Gregory for his services to the Catholic Church, which was a meaningful honor during his last days. Even after Michael's death, Judi often felt his presence in the house they used to share. One time, while she was talking in the bathroom, the curtain moved slowly as if Michael were responding. These small but profound moments brought her comfort and escape. As time went on, after Michael's death, Judi got busy with work as a way to deal with her grief. She started filming the shipping news the day after his funeral, and Iris followed closely behind. I worked nonstop, not because I wanted to, but because I needed to. It was the only way I could keep from falling apart, she said. Even with her busy schedule, Judi could never fill the void Michael left, but those breaks helped her be thankful for the years they had spent together. The house they bought thanks to a Clover Butter ad became a sanctuary of their shared love. Judi often said that it felt like Michael's presence was still there. The pain of loss went beyond Michael's death. Judi once admitted that her biggest regret was not being able to have more children. After the birth of their only daughter, Fenty Williams, in 1972, they tried to adopt but were unsuccessful. This left a void in Judi's heart that she felt she could never fill. She could never be fully satisfied, but she found comfort and happiness in her close relationships with her daughter and grandson, Sam Williams. Judi and Michael's love story was more than just a romance. It was a lesson in connection, sacrifice, and loyalty. Even though Michael is no longer with her, their love lives on through the red rose he gave her every Friday, which is a reminder of how timeless it is. "He's a part of me," Judi once said, "and I know I have to keep going. Because that's life, it doesn't wait for anyone." What do you think made the love and relationship between Judi Dench and Michael Williams last for more than 30 years? In 2010, Judi Dench found new happiness when she met David Mills, a concert pianist whose sincerity and love of nature matched her own. However, Judi said she didn't want to get married again because she loved her late husband so much. Michael Williams was still alive in her heart. "I don't think I could do it because Michael is still here," she said, emotionally reassuring herself that Michael's memory would never be replaced. Instead of getting married or moving in together, Judi and David chose to keep their separate but deeply connected relationship going. They live next door to each other but not in the same house, and they shared romantic and memorable moments, swimming in the moonlight or sipping champagne on quiet evenings with Judi's trademark wit. David as a boyfriend or partner, instead she called him her jolly good companion and said, "We don't need a marriage certificate to prove anything." This attitude towards life shows Judi's strong sense of freedom and individuality and makes you think, could a love that isn't bound by formalities or living together be the key to happiness in old age? Judi Dench's legacy and influence go beyond her brilliant career on stage and screen. She has left a profound imprint on cancerism too. Judi Dench, as a patron of over 180 charitable organizations, she dedicates herself to causes in education, healthcare, and environmental conservation. And that's what this whole book is about. As a patron of life, she dedicates herself to causes in education, healthcare, and environmental conservation. Her work with the Countryside Restoration Trust shows how committed she is to restoring natural habitats for wildlife. But what truly inspires admiration are her quiet acts of compassion for people fighting Alzheimer's, cancer, and AIDS. These small but meaningful actions confirm her status as a national treasure, not just in the art world. Judi has a deep love for nature, and in her 6-acre garden in Sioux, she has created a secret woodland where each tree tells the story of a loved one who has died. "Every time I walk through the garden, it feels like I'm speaking to them," said the woman, who shared a picture of Judi carefully tending to each tree, her hands dirty with joy, but her eyes bright with joy. This is more than a garden, it is a sanctuary of memory and love. An irreplaceable part of Judi Dench has had an incomparable impact on the world of art. Her deep love of Shakespeare has connected her to famous works like Hamlet and A Midsummer Night's Dream. In addition to acting, she wrote the foreword for Shakespeare for Dummies and is planning to publish her own book in 2024 with her thoughts on Shakespeare's timeless works. Despite being named a national treasure, Judi jokes that the title makes her feel like an antique because her worth lies not in accolades but in her work. She gives her all to every moment, from the stage to her beloved garden. Judi Dench turned 90 on December 9, 2024, and she still lives with amazing energy and dedication to her craft, even though she is having a lot of health problems. She was diagnosed with age macular degeneration, AMD, in 2012, and her vision has gotten much worse, with one eye being dry and the other always wet. This makes reading scripts and getting around film sets harder, but Judi refuses to let it stop her. Quit acting. She relies on her great memory and the help of friends and coworkers to learn her lines for Judi. Retiring has never been an option. I don't want to retire. I can't do much now because I can't see, she said. Her strength and unwavering passion have won her a lot of admirers around the world. When she's not working, Judi enjoys doing simple but meaningful things like painting, making pottery, and playing games like Bananagrams and the aptly named card game. Judi's positive and humorous attitude towards getting older is shown by the way she treats her pet parrot, Sweetie. Instead of taking offense, Judi sees it as a small pleasure in life. What makes Judi stand out is her honest view on getting older and natural beauty. She has refused plastic surgery because she sees her wrinkles as treasured reminders of her life's journey. I love my wrinkles, she once said, stating that beauty lies not in perfection but in the stories etched by wrinkles. This outlook, along with her simple lifestyle and her belief in seizing every moment, paints a picture of a strong, real, and inspiring Judi Dench, who lives in her historic home in Sioux. Judi continues her tradition of planting trees to honor lost loved ones. Most recently, she planted a tree in memory of her dear friend, Dame Maggie Smith, making her private woodland a place full of memories and emotion. Her home, which is worth about $10 million, is more than just a house. It's a sanctuary where, with an estimated net worth of $45 million, she finds balance between work and life. Judi enjoys the little things in life and lives each moment to the best. She will always be an inspiration in the arts and for the way she lives her life.